This is N2LEN with another quick video clip. This is a Kenwood MC-60, and it came with a TS-430. It was in pretty bad shape. You could see the actual the microphone itself, the cartridge, the screen, dirty, some rust. I disassembled it. This is the I believe this is the A model that runs on has a built-in preamp that runs on AA batteries. Everything unplugs with small Molex connectors from the back of the push button and amp board. This board is actually screwed in with 4 teeny screws. You could see them. They're brass or maybe zinc coated, and there's 1, 2. You could see the other 3, 4, and this literally just sits in like this. Let me show you how. This sits right in here, and then you just screw the screws in, plug in the Molex connectors. I'm going to be taking apart the switches. I mean, look how dirty, corrosion this is. So I'm going to be ripping this apart, cleaning it, spraying it. Of course, I'm going to be using my CRC QD electronic cleaner from Walmart. The actual I snipped. This was actually the rubber grommet on the back of the mic jack. Took that off, and I'm going to shorten this and resolder the wires. It looks like there was maybe 4 wires on the actual mic jack. I have the mic cable, which is back here. I'll show it to you. It's also in pretty bad shape. I'll bring it over here. Look at this. This is a horror. So hopefully just some soap and water will clean this. But so that's what we're doing. The 430 that came with this, and the power supply, which is literally right on the floor over there, that the 430 was done. Actually, it runs. It's in pretty decent condition. It's missing a knob, but I pulled it apart, replaced the meter bulb, gave it a preventative maintenance. It was filthy dirty. Had to take apart the entire front face. But anyway, let me get into this, and we'll be back with another video clip after we do some cleaning of these parts. Okay, this is N2LEN with another quick video clip. We unscrewed the actual switchboard, 4 screws and a bracket comes out. The actual the lock button was actually, it seemed like it was glued in place. If you could look, you could see the glue, but it came apart. The board is extremely dirty. We're going to clean that up. And I don't know if these switches come out. I'm not going to force them out. They look like they might slip out, but I'm going to just bring this upstairs and along with the case. Now also on this, the stem that holds the mic is loose, and there's just a Phillips screwdriver. So if I'm assuming that if you remove that screw, and there might be a washer in there. Let's see if I can get in there a little bit wider so you can see that. There's a Phillips screw that's right here, and that's loose. So I guess once you unscrew that, that should hopefully release. Let's take a peek and see if that actually does. It's hard to do it with the... Let's see. Pretty long screw. There we go. I don't know if there's a washer in there, but the screw is out. And let's see if this comes off. There we go. And there is a washer there, so that's the stem right there. There is a locking clip that holds the mic cord. That's right here. That could probably be lifted up, and you could probably just slip out the cord that goes to the actual radio. But I don't know if I'm going to do that, because this actually could be cleaned. The body can be cleaned just as it is. So I'm more concerned about this. Look at that. And I'm thinking once I take a toothbrush and some warm water, this will be cleaned. We'll use the contact cleaner, and then really it's going to be working on the microphone. Look at that. It's pretty bad. But we did test the head, and it works fine. So we're gonna clean it up. We'll be back. This is N2. Let me get this back down. There we go. N2LEN. This is N2LEN with another quick video clip. We went in and we did light cleaning of the board, as you could see the difference. And this was actually cleaned with a toothbrush and some soap over some warm running water. The plate, the actual cabinet of the chassis of the mic was just cleaned with a towel and some cleaner. I also went over the microphone, with a small bristle brush. I'm going to get in here. I did brush out quite a bit of the dirt. And I'm going to do a little bit more, but it's night and day difference compared to what it was. I'm going to slowly start putting the microphone back together. I'm going to clean the rubber feet and the actual stem, which is actually filthy and a tremendous amount of corrosion. And I haven't yet made up my mind if I'm going to desolder this and shorten the cable, or just take a piece of gray RG8X coax sheet, like the rubber covering of the coax, and just make a new insulator for this. So I'm going to figure that out in a little bit. And that was also rusted. You could see that. So I'm going to try to clean that up, but it did not take away from the way that it works. So I'm going to slowly start putting this back together. I'll be back. Okay, this is N2LEN with another quick video clip continuing the rebuilding and just giving a preventative maintenance to this really old, beat up Kenwood MC-60 mic. It was completely disassembled. One of the things, when you put the board back in, just make sure where the brass plate goes back on the correct side, and then the plate just literally drops in. The whole board, after you screw on one, two, there are 4 screws. There's one actually right here. You go. Now you can see it. So there's one. This PC board mounts to the plastic board with the switches. The switches stay on. You don't need to dismantle them when you wash it, or you clean the PC, the flip side of the PC board that has the push buttons on it. But it's 1, 2, 3 with the brass plate and 4 screws, and then this drops in from the back. It sits into the frame, and then there are 4 zinc coated screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I use the number 1 Phillips. Now another thing, when you're putting the stem back in, and this stem actually spins back and forth, there's actually on the stem, on the bottom of this stem, there's a stopper, and when you insert it back into the hole, there's an actual rubber grommet with a hole in it, and then you hold it in with your finger as you're screwing the Phillips screw back in, and that's just to prevent it from swiveling the correct way, so it swivels left and right. This was set up backwards, so you actually take off the plastic stem, which, as you could see, I cleaned. There are 2 screws that go in, and one screw is the female and the other is the male, and then you could just literally put it back on the correct way. And that's basically it so far. The coil cord, which is disgusting, I'm going to actually bring it upstairs, and I'm going to use a toothbrush and soap and water, and I'm just going to actually submerge it to clean this, so we'll see how it looks when it's done. I don't know if I'm going to recoil it the opposite way to make it tight again, or if I'm just going to leave it stock. But we're going to continue putting it back together. N2LEN. This is N2LEN with another quick video clip. Here is the mic cable after cleaning off the ears. Basically, I just held this up like this, put this in the palm of my hands, and used a brush with some dishwashing liquid and washed it as I pulled the cord apart, and then I just cleaned each loop, and there you go. So that's clean. We'll be back. This is N2LEN with a final video clip. Here is the Kenwood MC-60A redone, and you know, we got a little bit more cleaning up to do, but it's basically all refurbished. All the contacts are clean. Up and down. Everything is cleaned to the best of our ability. We're going to clean a little bit more on the actual mic. We did clean it. We put a piece of AC cord. We took it off, put some electrical tape around it, and we just put a little wire tie there just to prevent it from falling out. We didn't want to resolder it. We wanted to keep it original. And you can see the cord is all cleaned. And that's basically it. The mic was tested. It works fine. This is going to be used on a Kenwood radio, so we don't need to put any batteries in it. This was on backwards, but as you can see now, it's the swivel's on correctly, so this had to be removed. And that's basically it. So for those of you that are cleaning, I want to take apart an MC-60 and work on it. There you go. Hope this helped. This is N2LEN, and we're clear.